Hi, I'm Brad DeRoche, and welcome to my series on becoming a better sight reader. In today's lesson, this is lesson number 9, we're going to start working on music notation. So in the past 8 lessons that we've gone through, we've just simply learned how to find the notes on the guitar, thinking in terms of letter names and strings and frets. So E, F, G, for instance. But we hadn't attached actual music notation to that yet. So now that's the next step. So in the materials that I've sent to you, there's 2 things we're going to look at today. The first one is this same sheet we've used for the first 8 lessons, the registers. We're going to use that. But then there's also a couple of pages I sent you to make flashcards. So that's what we're going to focus on today. And there's 2 pages. They look like this. They're giant-sized notes here. Now, the unfortunate thing about the ones that I sent to you is they only go up to the note A here, the high A, which is on the first string in our middle register. So you're going to be missing the notes, most of the notes in the middle, the high, and the very high register on the first string. So we'll have to make those separately, just to hand make them. So what I have done here, I wanted to show you what I did. I made my own cards here using just simple index cards. Now these were a longer index card. I just cut them in half to make them a little easier to deal with. But what I did, it's very simple. Hopefully you can see this, but I started with the lowest note, the note E. So I drew that, and then on the back side I put the letter name, the string number, and the fret number. So this is E, 6th string open, all right? And you want to make sure that you don't write the letter name on this side, because if you do, you'll become too conditioned to look at the letter and not at the music notation itself, all right? So what you need to do is to spend about a half hour or so. It's about how long it took me to make my own set of index cards. You'll need 26 index cards total to make all of the natural notes on the guitar. And that will take you from the low E all the way up to the highest B on the first string. Here's what you need to make. You need to make one for each of the notes on each string in the low register. So there's going to be 17 notes in this low register alone. Plus, there are 9 more notes in these upper 3 registers right here. Now, you're just making the letter name here, and then when it comes to the strings on the string numbers, like I wrote on the back, you're going to see that some of them, since in our last lesson we learned about unisons, E, F, G, E, F, G, E, F, G, and so on, you're going to need to put the place that that note lands in each register. So here's a simple example. If I take my note E, the first string open, we often think of it as, so E, first string. Hopefully you can see my lines of my staff are in the middle here. So this would be an E, but you can find it in all of these different places. It's first string open, it's the second string 5th fret, it's the third string 9th fret, and the 4th string 14th fret. So this part, to me, is very important that you know that you can find that note in all these different places, okay, on the guitar. So you need to make a set of index cards. And again, you need 26 cards. Now, the first 18 of them have been done for you if you use the handouts that I sent to you. That's these ones here. So they've made these nice giant-sized notes for you. So you can cut these out and paste them on an index card or something like that, or just hand draw your own. It doesn't matter. They don't have to look beautiful. They just are going to serve a purpose for us here. So once you've made the index cards, which again is the main focus of today's lesson, is just to do the index cards. Once you've done that, then I want you to start practicing these in a very specific way. What we're going to do is we're going to start with just the first 3 notes for the 6th string. So that would be E, F, and G. So I'm going to take those 3 index cards, E, F, and G. My lowest notes, I think I've got an A in here too, so I do. E, F, G. So the 3 lowest notes on the guitar, and I'm just going to deal with those for one moment. So what you do is you would look at it and think, okay, that's E. Where is that? Sixth string open. Where's the next one? That's an F. That's sixth string first fret. And this one is G, sixth string third fret. Okay, you get the idea. So I would play them. Once you look at them, just think that's G, sixth string third fret. So the objective today is to attach this notation, the specific placement of that note head on the staff. Where is it on the staff? Is it on a ledger line beneath the staff, like this low G? If so, it's under the second ledger line, or whatever note you're looking at. You have to memorize that and attach it to a specific place on the guitar. What I highly recommend you do is that you just work with 3-note groups for a little while. So E, F, G. Really simple. If you've got these flashcards, you just mix them up and you play them. First one, that I played should have been in E. Then the next one that came up, well, they just went in order again, even though I mixed them up. Then there's F, and then the next one's going to be G. Okay, so you just shuffle those around and try to memorize the notes. Where are they on the guitar? Then you do this with the notes on the fifth string, etc., etc. So you're just doing these 3-note groupings. Start with the low register. You're only playing the notes in the low register at first so that you can memorize one place to play each note, okay? Just the low register. So you're going to go back through, kind of like we did on day 1. You're learning all the notes in low register, but this time you're doing it with music notation. So you're actually thinking in terms of letter names, all right? So your task for today is simply to make flashcards and then to start to use them in 3-note chunks using only the notes in the low register, one string at a time. So once you get good with the 6th string and you really remember where the note head goes for E, for F, and for G, then move on to the 5th string, etc., until you're really good with all of those, okay? So that's a pretty simple task for most of you. If you've been playing much at all, this should be really easy. Making the cards will be the most time-consuming part of it, but don't skimp on it. It'll really help you later on if you have these flashcards. Okay, that's all for today. I will see you in the next lesson. Cheers.